Hello to the YouTube audience. It is Meek Dynasty back at it, and yes, I have been crying. It has been a little bit of a terrible day so far. You can low-key hear it in my voice that I'm having a hard time not crying right now. But yeah, it is what it is. Today we're gonna do a special 1,000 subscriber special. Thank you for 1,000 subscribers. I was gonna try and get this video filmed and posted like several days ago when I hit 1,000 subscribers, but it just hasn't worked out. So we're here now, we're here today, and I'm gonna be doing a Q&A. I have gone through the community posts that I did where I asked for questions, and I've also gone through the comment sections and pulled questions out of there. So we'll be answering some questions today. I have my cream flavored Black and Mild, as I always say, the superior flavor of Black and Milds. So I'll be lighting that up, and I'm hoping that it lasts us through the whole Q&A, but I do have quite a few questions here. I'm only going to be answering ones that I want to answer right now, because I'm having a bad day. So here we go. Here we're going to light this bitch up. Hopefully my crying face goes away by the time the video is done. Okay, so you guys, first question. The first question is, what is your Linktree? Well, I just made one special for y'all. I did not know that Linktree was something you had to pay for. So I'm doing the $15 a month subscription fee. I had the option to do like a $130 a year one, but I was like, I'm not sure I'll be using this for a year, so I'm just gonna try it out. So we're trying it out, but I do have a Linktree, and I'm gonna put it in the description of, or the bio of my YouTube channel, so you should be able to get there. Oh, and you know what? I'll make a special announcement at the beginning of the video. Special announcement. I have made an OnlyFans. So I will be putting my OnlyFans in my Linktree, and you will be able to find that soon and subscribe. I haven't decided how much the subscription fee is yet. It probably won't be more than $10 a month to start with, but I don't know, we'll see. I have my water, my coffee, and my vanilla Coke all with me. The vanilla Coke's not open yet. We'll see if we get to it, but or it might get too warm by the time I'm done with the video. So the next question is, do you always spit while you cough? I do spit when I cough a lot of the time, especially lately since I picked up cigarettes really bad again. Next question, can you do big, large cigar smoking here? I will. Just wait on it. It'll come eventually. Next question. This one I'm excited to answer. You've mentioned sex work, including stripping, in your videos. How did that start, and what was the experience like? The first time I auditioned to be a stripper, I was 18, or I tried to audition, and the only club in my city that I was living in was, I'm so sorry, you guys. I'm so sorry, I'm a bad YouTuber. The only club in my city had just recently, before I tried to audition, they had changed the age requirements of the dancer from being 18 to being 21 because they had had issues with underage girls drinking. And so that was a saving grace from God, because I was not ready to be a stripper when I was 18. Dear Lord, no, I wasn't. So Ugh. I had a friend who had a bad experience selling panties one time, so that turned me off from the like used panty and socks selling business. And then I didn't do any sex work for years until I then auditioned and started working at a club in another city. And that club, in my opinion, I don't run strip clubs, but it seemed like there were too many girls on the clock versus the amount of clientele. And so I didn't like the competitive vibe at what seems to be a lot of strip clubs. So I didn't like that competitive vibe working at like a straight strip club. So if I move back to the city with plenty of strip clubs, I'm going to be auditioning at the Weird Girl strip club that has gender queer nights and things like that, because that's where I'll fit in better, I think. And sex work is all about finding your niche, which is how I got here on YouTube. I didn't start out making these videos planning for them to be fetish content, but it just kind of happened that way. I've never had like an online presence before, so it's like super new to me. And yeah, I wasn't anticipating this to become what it is, but I'm happy with it, and I hope that we can go somewhere with it. How often do you smoke and spit? I smoke as often as possible, and I often spit when I smoke. Next question, how did you go from your first bad experience smoking to being addicted? And if you haven't heard the story about my first cigarette, it's my 101 subscriber special, which I'll try to link in the description below. But you can also find it on my page, just going back a little bit. And I had a bad experience smoking my first cigarette. I threw up in front of a bunch of people. And yeah, but how I went from that to picking up cigarette butts off the ground and smoking those, it was because I wanted to smoke really badly. I wanted it more than it made me feel like shit that first time, you know? Because cigarettes were so forbidden for me growing up that I just wanted it so bad. So that was why. I just, I have bad experiences. That doesn't mean, it's like a bad experience doesn't mean that you can't do it anymore. Maybe I just don't learn my lessons, but whatever. And when did I start to like it? Bro, I think I liked the first one that I threw up on. You know what I mean? I think I've liked every cigarette I smoked, even the ones that make me sick. Next question, is that a fang tooth I see? Yes, sirree, it is. I have two pretty pronounced fang teeth. My one on the left is like really sharp. I can cut a bitch with it. The one on the right is not as sharp, but it's still like pretty pointy. I was often called a vampire in school, and I'm a pretty pale skinned person, so that didn't help. The other thing is that I was born with a lazy eye, and sometimes I still wish I had it, but I had surgery on it when I was 7 years old. I haven't been smoking. But I would get bullied for my lazy eye when I was a kid, and the comments about being a vampire are nothing like the comments about my lazy eye. But yeah, so I used to have a pretty deformed face, and now I just have the fangs. Next question, what is your favorite cigarette or cigar brand? My favorite cigarettes, my brand has always been Camels. I first started smoking Camel Reds when I first started smoking, and now I smoke Camel Crush. Camels are always my favorite brand of cigarettes. I don't think I've ever bought cigarettes that weren't Camels. I have a couple times, but I always smoke Camels. And I don't smoke cigars enough to have a brand that's my favorite. But the next question is, do you smoke cigarillos? I be smoking one now, and the Black and Mild cream flavor are my absolute favorite every time. When did you start smoking? I started smoking at 18. Again, you can see that the story in the description. Next question, do you spit in public while you smoke? Fuck yeah, I do. I spit at bitches in public. I will spit at your feet if your energy walking by me is messed up. I'll spit at you in order to clear your energy out of mine. You know what I mean? I love spitting. I love it. It feels good. Once I started to learn how to like projectile spit, I'm addicted to it regardless. Next question. Do you like menthols? I pretty much only smoke menthols. Next question. Do you like water sports? I love this question. I love swimming. I've always loved swimming. I'm a Cancer moon, if that tells you anything. And a Pisces Mercury. Yeah. So don't talk to me about the ocean. But yeah, I love swimming. I've done some like tubing, like some water tubing, in like behind a boat where you get pulled on a tube. I've done that. I would love to try waterboarding, like on the like snowboard, not the torture method. But yeah, I'm scared of skis. So I don't know that I would want to try water skiing. I don't know why I'm scared of skis. But I am. I've never done like water polo or synchronized swimming or anything like that, but it does all seem really fun. I love being in the water. The only thing about it is that being a heavy smoker makes it a lot harder to swim, and I think that is fucked up. Next question. Do or did your parents or siblings smoke? My mother stopped smoking when I was 3 years old. And my dad, who raised me, his parents like died of smoking. So he was very adamantly against it and never smoked cigarettes. If my biological father smoked when I was a kid, I wouldn't know about it. And my abusive stepfather was super pro drugs, but super anti-cigarettes, so that pissed me off. My older siblings, I was not close to, so I'm sure they did smoke, but I wasn't influenced by it. So no, basically no one in my family smoked growing up, and so I got the habit out of repression. They repressed it, so now I express it. Next question. Do you like when guys smoke? It really doesn't make a difference to me, but if I'm dating someone, I do like it when they're a smoker because then we can smoke together. And I love smoking with people, which is why I started the smoke chats. But yeah, I don't mind. Like, it doesn't turn me on or off either way. I don't really care if someone smokes. I don't find it attractive for people to be smokers. Like, it's not something that's like attractive to me. So I couldn't care less really. But I do like smoking with friends and partners and stuff like that. Just because it's a nice bonding activity. Next question. Now this is also an excellent question. Holden Caulfield or Christopher Boone? Baby girl. I've never read Catcher in the Rye. No desire to read Catcher in the Rye. I've never heard someone say that Catcher in the Rye was their favorite book. You know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't seem worthwhile. It's not that interesting. It's a classic, but what does a classic mean to me? So I've never read Catcher in the Rye, which is what I believe Holden Caulfield is from. But Christopher Boone, The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime, now that's a book. I read that book one time in high school. My long-term serious ex-girlfriend in high school gave me the book to read because it was her favorite. And it was excellent. I remember it being about like an autistic guy making his way through the city because he was looking for his mother because of the inciting incident. Anyway, it's a really good book, and I would definitely choose him to be friends with or date or hang out with. Christopher Boone by far. This goddamn wind. I have something set up like above the microphone that I'm trying to like block the wind. but I don't know that it's working at all. So, next question, does the carpet match the drapes? Don't they usually, baby? Next question, what's your cat's race? My cat is an American Longhair mixed with Mancoon, we're pretty sure, because he's really big. And he's ginger. Do you ever smoke all white hundreds? No. They don't make menthol hundreds, so I don't smoke them. Next question, how much do you smoke in a day? I smoke about a pack a day. Sometimes I'll smoke a pack and 2 cigarellos. Sometimes a little bit less than a pack, and those are A-okay days. But about a pack a day. Do you do nose exhales? Not often. Next question, how did you learn to smoke? I just taught myself. Like I said, I had an older boyfriend, and he taught me to flip a Lucky in my packs. So I always flip a Lucky cigarette. And other than that, how did I teach myself to inhale and get a buzz? You just practice, I guess. Next question, have you ever read The Vampire Chronicles by Anne Rice? No, but now that you've suggested it, I better pick them up from my library, hadn't I? So I'm excited about that. Thank you for recommending them. Question 24, I love your motorcycle jacket. Where'd you get it? I bought my Harley Davidson jacket at the Harley Davidson store in Portland, Oregon. And yeah, that's where I got it. My dad bought it for me when I was like a young preteen. Sometimes it fits, sometimes it doesn't. Next question, what drugs have you done? I'm not even sure I should answer this on YouTube, but I will. I smoke green. I smoke these. I drink sometimes. Other than that, I'm not a big drug person at all. I'm an addict. So even drinking, I'm really wary of. But I have tripped on shrooms, and I've also microdosed on shrooms. Really enjoyed those experiences. I love shrooms. I've also tripped on acid one time, and I will be posting a story time of my first acid trip because it was dope. Like, something hilarious happened anyway. So I'm excited about that. Excited to tell you guys that story. But next question, do you need any smokes? I can get them for you. You are so cute, first of all. Second of all, yes, I do need smokes. Third, you can cash at me money for smokes. Or subscribe to my OnlyFans so I can buy smokes. Or you can, you know, I don't know if it's legal to send cigarettes in the mail, but if it is, I may eventually open up a P.O. box for y'all to send me stuff. So that could be really exciting in the future. And next question, where do I send cigarettes to? Maybe a P.O. box in the future, if it's even legal. Next question, do you do custom videos? Yes, I do, and I quite enjoy doing custom videos. I've done several of them for a few different clients, and it's been awesome. So if you would like to order a custom video from me, you can either do it on OnlyFans, or you can email me at meekdynasty@gmail.com, and we can discuss over there what you're looking for, what your budget is, what I'm willing to do, those kinds of things. Water time. Next question, are you happy with how much you smoke, or would you like to smoke more or less? I would definitely like to smoke less. Smoking as much as I do is really not good for me. It's totally taking a toll on my health. I was vaping for the most part for a few years up to this, and that's not good for you either, but I've definitely noticed like a drastic decrease in my lung health since I picked up the cigarettes again. So I would like to smoke less. I'm kind of thinking that it might be possible to only smoke like when I'm recording and doing custom videos and YouTube and stuff like that. I think it might be possible to only smoke when I'm doing those things and pretty much quit otherwise. So if that happens, that would be cool, because then it would kind of like, I don't know, it would help me balance shit out. Anyway, I don't know. I would like to smoke less. Next question. What else do you post on here? I don't remember what comment section this video, or what video this comment was from. So I don't know what this person was seeing, but on my YouTube channel, I like to post my smoke chats where I talk about my philosophies and my musings and my thoughts. And I like to post some singing videos where I just sing to you and smoke, because I love singing. Oh, misty eye of the mountain below. You know what I mean? Ed Sheeran. So, I've also posted on here before some of my original songs. Those are far back in my videos, but you can go find them. They're some of the first ones I posted. And yeah, and I would like to post more music that I write as I write it, but I haven't been playing a lot of music lately. Next question, how to reach out for more. This is just me reiterating that you can go to my OnlyFans or my email and we can discuss what more means. Question next, do you have any more colors of Bic lighters? I have a few colors of Bic lighters. Maybe one of these days I'll do a lighter collection video. I don't have like a big lighter collection or anything like that, and I lose lighters like nobody's business, so I don't have an extensive collection to show you, but I do like lighters. I do like the different colors and the pretty little designs and things, so I love a Bic lighter. So maybe I'll do a lighter tour video for you one of these days. And this is the last question. Last question, Free Palestine from? Free Palestine from the genocidal ethno-state colonialist project that is the Israeli nation. Israel, as a nation, is using the good name of the Jewish people to exterminate an entire race because they think that they deserve the land more than the people who already live there. Nobody deserves land more than anybody else. Nobody has any more right to the earth than everybody else around them. There is not a single person who can claim that this is my land that belongs to me and I get to have it and you don't, okay? That's not a fucking thing. So to come into people's houses and say, this is my land, okay? We all share this with each other. And so bombing people relentlessly, starving people relentlessly, stealing people's homes relentlessly, killing pregnant women, amputating children's legs by bombs. None of these things are what God tells us we need to do in order to store the earth well. Israel is not Jewish people. Israel is a project of the Western fucking colonialist empire that is America and Britain and France and all of these colonialist projects. And they're just trying to make one that's a little bit ethnic spicy so that we can get on board with it because we think it's a little more progressive than the rest of the ethno-states out there, but it's not. And so I want to be very clear about who the fuck I am, in the words of Jessica Lanyadoo, my favorite astrologer, because I am not making this little YouTube space to be apolitical and non-revolutionary. I'm a revolutionary, okay? And that's not to say I'm a big activist and a big dog, but I believe in the future of the human race. I believe in the goodness of the human race. And so I don't sit here and let shit fly, okay? And I will be attending the No Kings rally on the 14th, because what ICE is doing to immigrants in this country is fucking insane, and it is inhumane, and it is terrible, and there is no excuse for it. So if that's not your vibe, I don't want you on my OnlyFans. Does that make sense? Okay. No Israeli OnlyFans unless you're gonna go to prison for not going to war. Okay? All right. And you know what? That goes for US American people too. You better avoid that draft. You better be protesting ICE. If you're from the UK, you better be reconciling for all of the harm that your ancestry has posed upon other people. That's what I try to do in my life. You see me, I'm pale skin. Okay? There's a lot that I need to do in my life in order to feel like I have healed the wounds that my family line have left on this earth. And so I hope that you understand your responsibility in that regard too. And those are all the questions, and I'm pretty close to this point where I should stop smoking this Black and Mild. So I'll take another hit for you. Subscribe to my OnlyFans. And peace the fuck out. Love y'all.